Newport Harbor. And this will be the site of the 2023 Sabot Nationals, right out there. And this kind of view right here is super important because you are watching these boats, especially on light wind days, they hang with the current. And so right now you can tell that the tide is switching kind of as we speak. So if you look here, these boats are all pointed in. Now if it's windy, this is harder to read, but it still works. And then as you get here, these boats are kind of hanging in the middle. And then as you go this way, look, they all start to swing out. So the current is literally just switching right now. It's actually already switched there. Those boats are already got their sterns kind of pointed towards the ocean. And these boats still have their bows pointed towards the ocean, so it's kind of cool time. Interestingly, once we got on the water, we found the water swirling because of rain that's coming through all the different storm drains and creeks and things. So there's very little wind, but all of this glassy water is just water that's swirling. I just threw this in about 25-30 seconds ago, and so current is pretty marginal. About 10 minutes ago I threw this in here and the current was going about 1 knot the same direction. So the water is swirling in here because of all the rain. So what that means is I'll track it throughout the day and we'll pretty much find out what a good game plan would have been. It's going to be hard to know what it was until later in the day. What was the best thing to do on current? We're looking at south wind here. It looks like the flags on Lido Island have started moving. You can't see the flags we use a lot though. There's flags on the other side of that boat. Okay, then I just anchored myself and put the current stick in. And the current on this side of the course is not moving. And the current on that side of the course is coming out towards us. So it's okay to come out here during this. Just dropped a postponement, so that means you've got 1 minute.
The AC flag is down
To the 3 minute for
approach the starting area.
fleet.
We're going to start this up.
And then the line sight is easy. See the docks with those poles? The docks with the poles are the line sights. One that you got to figure out. Remember, the committee boat end is way at the front of this boat. The flag is way at the front. So let's pick a line sight here. Let me see if I can weasel through these guys. Okay, line sight is right. I'm looking at the orange flag and the pin. The line sight, that is on the line there. Okay, so wow, I'm getting swept over the line. Or that anchor is dragging. Wow. Okay, so I'm actually going left to right now. So that means we're going to be getting a general recall. The current has just switched to going out where we are. So I got to get that down to the line. Starting line. Oh, cut. They reset the line. One thing's for sure is that big boat has to be out of your game plan. You got to make sure that you do not have that thing affect you. There are certain things. There's certain things that are obvious that you want to know before races, and I definitely know I don't want to be doing 2 or 3 tacks to get around the big wind shadow of that boat. Now here's the committee boat end with the orange flag, and there's the pin. So obviously I'm to windward of the line right now, but you have an easy line sight on something over there. So with less than 3 minutes to go, I am racing for right out there. I'm trying to get right out there first, and then I'll go from there. I am not gonna go over here into this glassy light air stuff. Anybody who bangs the right corner is gonna be under the lee of all the buildings, very likely come out behind.
Absolutely, yeah, that one's
So here we go.
The right one could move to
Race 1 of the Fall Gold Cup, 1 o'clock. Now again, I think the current is already coming out from here a tiny bit. So we're actually probably getting pushed over the line. I wouldn't doubt that we have a general recall because of that. I think the current is carrying us over the line, actually. Yeah, see how everybody, this is going to be a general recall for sure. It's okay. We like a lot of starting practice. Now what you do is keep practicing. Go ahead and just speed test. Just speed test just a little. Got Olympia holding up really good there, 9899. Julia's coming down to defend a little. She had to, but she didn't want to. 8231, she had to defend. There she goes. Now she should go high.
8397. 8724.
This is gonna happen. Ben right at the committee boat end. Barely stayed behind the line. Julia right in the middle, 8231, nice work. And we should know that the wind is not gonna stay that right. We should know that we should be in full VMG foot mode right now. Just a tiny bit footing, getting the boat up to speed, but good job, girl. Okay, pretty cool. Finally got some racing going here. Now, if we look upwind right now, what's my guess? I think the people that are leading are gonna come from right over here. I think this is the best pressure right here. So I think these guys are gonna do well. 30 seconds for the B Fleet race 1. You should have been looking at the A Fleet and seeing that neither side seemed to be that dramatically favored. No one really went under the big, huge power boat, so that was good. Got Zach here in the middle, 8969. Olive, 10153. D Fleet, race 1, Maribel 9317. Zach looks telltale stalled, looks too low. On those Ullman sails, you gotta move your telltales down. I have told people that. Not one person has listened to me. The only sails that have Ullman sails with the telltales lowered is if I did it for you. Got to lower your telltales on your Ullman sails. Look at the North sails. They got 3 telltales and they're lower than that. Copy the North sail setup. It's a good full, almost 1 full panel lower on the North sails so that you can actually not have to stare at the stars to see it. Seconds to go. C1 Fleet. Looks like the first upwind leg for the A Fleet was really gnarly. And we'll have to talk to the kids of what worked and then make some adjustments for the next races. It looks like we had some kids do too many tacks. Now we got Will 9261 in his first C1 regatta. And that was just a killer start by Will, his first C1 regatta. That 9321 is not one of our kids, but she's a 9-year-old. Oh, here's Lorelei, 8577, flying. needs to sit more forward, not sit on her knees facing forward like that. She needs to sit her body, her whole body needs to move forward a little. We got 1 minute for race 2 for A fleet. It's kind of a rough one for us. Some of us were determined to bite that first header. You guys should have seen that the wind was stronger on this side. This race, the windward mark has been moved over here dramatically. I would be very wary of that right corner. I would probably be trying to go on starboard underneath somebody, somewhere out at least, hopefully almost where this power boat is, kind of on port tack headed for that power boat. I don't know if I would go out past it or just shy of it. Yeah, last. So let's see if Julie is able to hold on to this time and not bite on the, unless you have a bad header. Like right now, she should have the bow down.
8115.
I think Olympia was footing too much and Julia was pinching a little too much the first race. Just got to learn to press a little below the boats to leeward of us and then squeeze. See, she should just stay. She should just stay. This guy's on a lefty right here, but she should just stay. She should just stay. I would not go. Kosei did this the last race. He didn't learn from it. I mean, it's easy for me. I'm in a coach boat, and I saw how bad the right was on the last beat. Yeah, she should just keep on going. Keep on going. Let everybody else tack. Keep on going. Foot, speed up, then point. Keep going. Keep going. Wait for 7636 to go. That was good communication. That was good. Now she should be footing because she's got more wind than these guys. She should be accelerating the best she can. I know Olympia's right there in the blue boat. I know she doesn't want to be going right, but I don't think she had a choice. And we're working with her on not footing quite so much.
Coaches and spectator boats, please clear the course area.
Kosei in the middle. Now Julia's right where I was talking about. She's almost lined up with that big power boat, and that's kind of what I was, the predicament we had. She goes up there, she tacks before she gets to the big boat, goes back out left. There we go. Okay, there's the A fleet. It looks like it's a small righty. Good job, Maribel, 9317, nice. We're working on that last minute acceleration, Olive, nice, right in the middle. Looks like the wind is a little bit to the right. The port tacks are not lifted big time on port, so you would be noticing that. Here they come. C1, race 2 on Saturday. Look at 9261, dude. He's just killing it.
9321.
He's just killing it in his first regatta, holding position. He's got a skull down. He's parking. Let's see if he can get it going. You can't see him right now. He's footing. He's trying. You can't heel too much on starboard, though. You can't see him right now, but 9261 stayed a little too heeled. The current's going this way. That's why we keep getting swept up there. Alex, better start, 7732, better start that time. Oh, too bad she didn't cross. Nice tack right there. That guy's gonna die. So we gotta remember that for acceleration, you do have to flatten your boat out as you're trying to accelerate. You can't heel to leeward because you don't have anything grabbing the water. The lead board comes out of the water. This is after race 2. That's been in the water 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and it's gone not left to right like we thought it would. It's actually going up the line. So that's part of the reason why we had general recalls. It's going up the course. And that's wild because the current is going out strong all day today is the forecast. Again, the rain and all the water that's flowing into the bay from all the different creeks and all that stuff, rivers and everything, is changing everything up. That's why we got to know the stuff. You get a lot of rain on the East Coast, you can go there and people will tell you what they think the current is, and then the rain will completely mix it up. Is this race 4?
Yes.
Yeah, we're in race 4 and the wind is the strongest it's been all day. So this is finally nice. It's supposed to be a hurricane this weekend, and we were supposed to have 15 to 25 knots today and yesterday. And we've had 0 to 12 to 4. This is the A Fleet race 4. Everybody's had a couple, say, good races and one bad one. Very few people have not had a bad race yet. And we need to evaluate at the end, guys. What were the tactics and strategies that worked? Which side was better? Looks like Kosei 9403 had a problem with his main sheet there for a second. You can't see him. He's behind 8231. He's late. He should be going now. Julia should be going now. Total line sag. Yeah. Big, huge line sag that time. Current is still going up the course, so this is amazing. They're getting off these starts so cleanly. That's great. Got Zach right in the middle. He's doing a wheelie, man. He's not able to sit far enough forward. So one of his light air issues isn't just being a bigger kid, an older kid. Part of it is that he's just not able to get his body forward enough. Here's Olive. So the pin's favored though. They might feel like they're struggling, but this end's favored. The wind has gone further left here. There's other kids coming downwind through us, so it's kind of confusing what's happening here. There's a lot of wind ahead for Olive. If I was Olive, I would just keep going. There, oh God, look at that. Yeah, baby. Olive's gonna be killing it here. It felt horrible on starboard, but you see this stuff coming. Yeah? Oh, it's collapsing already. But there's more wind behind it. There's more wind behind it here. So she's gonna be fine. Oh, yep, there's the lift. Yeah, C1, race 4. I didn't do any video for race 3 at all. Here's Theo, 10022. You can see the pin's favored. He should look at his sail and just get his telltales flying. See how he's too high? He's not looking in the right place. Yep, now he's going down. You don't want to push your tiller to leeward. So at about 30 seconds, oh my God, look at that. Awesome. No comment, just awesome. But can you guys see how the whole regatta's changed? The wind went left for race 4 and the pin became favored, and there were no general recalls because the pin was favored. It's hard to stay on the line. And then it was just Theo killing it there. Awesome. There's the A fleet coming down. No, that's the B fleet coming down to this buoy. Looks like Olive is in 4th. Oh boy, the B fleet is tight.
Now
Now I know this is going to be very confusing, but we've got B fleeters and A fleeters all coming into the leeward gates. And we've got the leading A fleeter is Olympia up here with the red stripe on the top of her sail going up with the C1s. So Olympia's duking it out with Kingston. Kingston was third at Sabot Nationals. Pin's favored. Look at, I told Maribel start a third of the way from the pin because the current's coming towards us. Third of the way from the pin. Unfortunately, she was in second in the last race and lost it. Watch this. Nice, Zach. Here we go. Watch this. Bye-bye. Look how far ahead they are. Oh, here's Olive. They listen, man. They listen. Olive didn't hit the line though. Remember, guys, in our lectures we're talking about me being near the line. I couldn't video the A fleet start because of I cannot fry my phone. Now I got my iPad. I can fry my iPad, not my phone. See, I told her not to heel so much though. See how she heels that much? She just slips sideways when she just gets that board at an angle. You got to create lift over the board, and the board has to be almost straight down to create lift. The best lift. Whoa, Olive is just killing it right there. She could be sitting forward. She's doing a little wheelie. See how Maribel needs more. Maribel's just got to learn to. I'd say Maribel needs less Cunningham, a little less alcohol. 30 seconds, race 5. Oh, look at this. There's less sag in the C1 fleet than the A fleet. Look at 9433. She's actually closer. That's Isabella. She's a member of our club. Member of corner. Oh, yeah, look at Isabella. Oh, look at Thea. 10022. I call him the man who never looks at his sail. He just sails by feel. Look at Theo, dude. He is just such the man. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Watch this. Oh. That's alright, dude. It's a big enough lefty that you're going to be able to hang there. Outstanding. Look at that. Now, that's the pin favorite, okay? Those guys, 7631 is 40 seconds behind right now. Now, I got to make a correction here. I've been saying this is Will's first C2 regatta over and over and over again. This is Will's first C1 regatta. And this is the 5th race, and he's winning by that much. I should have got a picture of it. Put that up in his living room. Nice, dude. Nice, look at that, big lead. Big lead. So we are day 2, and it is blue skies today. And the thing we've learned this weekend is whenever there's a hurricane nearby, it is nearly impossible to predict what's gonna happen. But we knew yesterday was gonna be light most of the day. I thought it was going to pick up a little bit more at some point, but generally light. Today is supposed to be more west, and as you sail out of Newport Harbor, you sail out and you look at these buoys as you go by them. That current is caused a little bit by the wind, but I'm going to do a little test here. I'm going to line up these 3 buoys, and yes, I think I'm going right to left already, but let's see. It's easier to do in a sailboat because okay, let's see. So as you sail out, you're kind of seeing if you're moving sideways. So I'm moving sideways very slowly, just barely. But remember that as we go out in Newport Harbor, we're checking the current. We talked this morning about Lido Island. and the Lido Island flags. We use those flags right there because this is going to be playing shifts primarily to the right side of the course because the current is going from our left to right and the wind is going from our left to right. You will get out of the current on this Lido Island. It's called the Lido Lift. It's caused by as much current benefit, and you get a little geographic shift around it. Anyway, we'll probably talk about that a lot. And here we go. Before race 1 on Sunday, and this is race number 6. They got 5 races in 2.5 hours yesterday. It was good. That's been going for 1 minute. So that's 1 3/4 boat lengths in 1 minute. So not incredibly strong. That's going to increase. That is going out. And good job to everybody listening and paying attention and working on the stuff we're talking about, which is preparing for our big regattas next year. Dutch Shoe Marathon, Sabot Nationals, and under 12 regatta, the under 12 age regatta is the other one that we're really training for. That is a current stick. Beautiful day. Newport Harbor is our toughest venue, and kids can get discouraged. I just threw this in 40 seconds ago. Do you see how much further it went than at the... So the current is more normal today. Yesterday the current was swirling in here because of all the rain impact, but that is moving 0.2 knots, 3 knots. That means at the start you're going to be getting pushed off the line. Less than a minute to go for race 1. I'm just seeing if I'm drifting here. I'm really not moving right here. So I suspect the current on the right side, I'm on the right side of the course here a little bit. I'm suspecting that the current is going the other way to the right of us. And there is a current line going right down the middle of the course. Part of that is a powerboat turbulence, so that's what makes that hard to read. I asked Ben not to be sticking out in front at 30 seconds. I wanted a little more bow back on people, just a little. So he's been pretty good at it. The pin looks favored to me, so I'm gonna film from the right side. I filmed from the left side yesterday. I'm worried the boats in the middle were off the line a little. Nice job, Ben. 8115, good. We're trying to get to the right, and so you can't be those boats down there at the pin. These guys decided to go in the middle. Olympia 9899, Ben 8115, Kosei 9403, and so that gives them the option of tacking under the fleet. This is a righty right now. This is the furthest right we've gone. Kosei should keep going until somebody tacks. 9403 should relax, get ripping like Ben, and just when they start to tack, go ahead and get as close to them as you can with all your bow out and lead them. That is the A fleet 6 minutes later, 5 minutes later. And it does look like the boats that are playing the Lido Lift. We're learning a lot right now. You can see the current lines ripping down along this side. Those current lines are actually as if the docks on the right are being moved. I don't know if you can understand that, but if the water wasn't moving and we were dragging those boats at those docks up, they would create turbulence. And that's what's happening. The water's going around the dock boats, swirling all that water up. And it's going to be interesting to see if the right is paying at the top of the course, because that's the theory on the Lido Lift. And if the wind stays 240, 250, 260 more westerly, it should be more true. If it starts to go towards the south, then that all changes. So I don't want to cover too much on tactics because I want to keep my video short. Okay, I'm going to check the line sight now. First thing I'll do is I'll come over here before a raise and I will line up the stern of this boat with something. So I'm going to go with the windows, the little windows on the side of that. Okay, and now this guy's here, so I'm not going to be able to do this perfectly. But I'm going to move, then I would sail up here slowly, very slow. I know I'm behind the line. See where the windows went? Okay, so right here is behind the line by barely, lining up with that right window. Okay, the actual line sight, we use this one, by the way. We kind of use, I'd probably start right like this, just like that. The actual line sight is going to be right there, second window. Okay, so then I would do that. Okay. Then I would sail, and I would just go down. See how the windows went off? Now I'm below the line. Okay, and then I would sail, and now I'm gonna go back up, and I'm gonna line up. How about I make myself over? This would be definitely over the line right now. I'm over by quite a bit right there. See how the two windows, the little windows are upwind of the line? A lot of people are being a little stubborn on doing what I'm telling you to do here. Right here is the line. This is a safe spot. What I'm worried about is people are sometimes, sorry, watch the windows. We have people that are starting here, this far below. And you're only 2-3 boat lengths from the line away, but the sailing distance down to that end is 4 or 5 boat lengths. You gotta remember, it's not the distance straight to the line, it's the sailing distance. So getting a little complicated, but let's work on line sights. They help us a lot to know if the race committee has moved the line, and they help us after general recalls because people hang back more after general recalls and when U flags go up. First race on Sunday. Current is quite strong. If you look at the buoy and look at my drift, you'll see how I'm drifting sideways. So that means upwind takes a lot of VMG sailing. You got to make sure your boat keeps moving. Here's Olive, looking pretty good. So that just means you kind of sail by the feel you've developed through all your speed testing, but also by looking at the other boat and making sure you're not looking at your sail a tiny bit more and making sure you're right on the wind. So here's Olive looking good first. There's Mirabelle, we're working with her. When you heel that much, you get weather helm, you get too much weather helm. So if she let go of the tiller right now, she'd see she's heeling too much. And that's what we're working with on her. And then here's Zach in fifth, right here. You do heel a Sabot on port tack a tiny bit, just not too much though, because you don't want the leadboard at an angle to the water. But you heel it to leeward to dig the leadboard just that little bit deeper, 2 inches deeper. It's an asymmetrical boat, so you sail it asymmetrically. You sail different on each tack. A little flatter on starboard. Never really sail a Sabot absolutely perfectly flat until you're sitting on the rail. Kind of nicely sitting on the rail. Then you sail absolutely flat. And that has to do with more than the boat. That's just about keeping your bow up into the wind and things like that in our shifty bend. A little heel on port, a little flatter than that on starboard. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but can you see him going sideways here? See that? So we got to compensate for that. He just barely missed that buoy. You can see how slow they're going on port tack because they're bucking the current. They're going slow on both tacks. This is Will winning the C1 race by a long way. Here's Vesper, about 3rd or 4th in C1. Okay, so we got Kosei heading in. First in the A. And this is second in the A. Oh, now she hit that buoy, and you should get around the offset and then do the circle. See the other guys, I didn't get it on video, but the other guys did their circles. They got sucked by the current down below. Nice work, see? She went up current first, then did her circle. The reason why she hit the buoy was because of the current. This boat's near the start line, is hanging more to the right. The flags right there, these 3 flags right there are the Newport race flags, and those are blowing towards me. So, and these are the current lines right here. The current on the right side of this vertical current line. There's less current where I am. There's more current out on the left side of that. The problem is that if we get by the military boat, what a joke. Anyway, what's up with that program? You get to the right of that, you get in light air. So this is all good stuff. not much. I like emphasizing boat handling, but boat handling doesn't win this. What wins this is being able to make the boat sail DMG angle better than everybody. Yeah. Julia could have started 823 and could have started closer. Could have started closer to 7636.
10198. 10198.
Again, Kosei up the line, Olympia up the line. Again, I think the right is better. I don't think the pin was favored. Look at this. This is a fine deal. Now, Olympia and Kosei keep going, and then they tack over to lead the pack. Here's Ben at a third last race. Good job, Ben. Main's on the tight side. Okay, interesting race. That's A Fleet race 2. Look at this guy, close reaching down the line. He's between a beam reach and a close reach, so the pin is favored. Zach is on a more of a below a beam reach, barely coming back this way down the line. And so definitely pin in's favored a little, but I would still start upper middle. Here's Kylie, 9005, starting up the line. Maribel up the line, but not too far up the line. And so again, starting line's pretty square. It looks more square than it is. Those guys down there are further upwind, but once they tack, it's a wash. So then what Kylie does is, as those boats start to come out from the left, she's kind of pinned, but she would like to lead the boats from the left towards the right. Yep, see that header she just got? If 10309 is winning the B Fleet easily right now. And 9005 is the one that's gonna, oh, this could work out okay for Kylie. Unfortunately, 9317 had to tack back out again. Here's perfect. Zach's in a perfect spot.
Yeah, I'll bring it down.
We're not 100% sure it's all right, but it's all the right side, but it's definitely less risky. Because in the first race, the A's and the B's both had their leaders basically playing up that side. Oh, Vesper, skirting it, 7634, skirting the line there. Here's Alex in the middle, that's what I told her, punched out in the middle. Yeah, 7732, exactly what I told her. Not you, Alex.
9699.
Oh yeah, Alex, look at that. That's always a good feeling when the boat right next to you, not that it's a good feeling that they got called, but you know that you were close to the line, that's all. C1's race 2 on Sunday. Will won the first race, and here he is in first right away. Here's the committee boat end. The line does not change. The windows go, okay, I am right on the line right there. We had a great line sight. Okay, so what you need to do before race 3, you should be coming down here and going like this. And you're gonna see the windows way below the pin. You're way below the line. See the windows? The little windows on the side on the below deck. Okay, and then you can come back up here. You can start slowing down. Okay, you got to start right about here, full speed. Okay. You just do not want to start in the middle like this, lined up with palm trees. That is, you're way behind the line, especially in a Sabot. This is the C2 fleet. So I am on the other venue, and they do, in these younger fleets for up here, they do a square course. So it's a windward, kind of a square reach, then down to a run, and then reach over to another leeward mark, and then go upwind to short upwind to the finish. And we're looking at, oh good, Celeste here, 9047. August is just covered by the purple boat a little, but you can't start at the pin. Look at that. The current is so strong over here. This is a narrow channel. Current's very strong. You got to get over out of these current lines over here. You got to get inside over here. Interesting. I need to check the current over here. This has no impact on Sabot Nationals because we won't be over here. But there's more current over here, but the right seems to pay. I think there's less current. Can you see how it looks windier over there all the time? So that means that the water is moving slower over there. So, but it looks windier. But it will look windier if the current's slower there and faster here going downwind, you know, the wind going with the current going with the wind. Oh, I am so confused. What are those guys? What? Okay. Here goes the C3. So this is the Learn to Race fleet. Here's Clara, 823. Wow. I don't know how old Clara is, but I think she's 823. Isn't that remarkable? I mean, there is nothing better than an 8-year-old who can start 2 feet off the starting line against the current. Oh, look at that. Bye-bye. It is an on-the-rail boat, especially when you're small. So you're on the rail at 6 knots. If you're not, what happens is the boat doesn't have enough power. You end up over trimming the mainsail. You get on the rail, you can trim the main right, and the boat will just rip it. Wow, that was just beautiful. That was just beautiful. It looks like we got a dogfight in the C2 up there. I don't know why they did the huge whipping dive onto port there. I would have gone on starboard after the green mark and just kept it on starboard. I think kind of like August did. Oh no, she just went on to starboard. So I think you could have come around W2 and going down to Leeward 1, it's over there. You could have stayed on starboard the whole time. You didn't need to do all those turns. But these, you know, again, we talked about this, guys. Look how nobody's at 90 degrees. This is the difference between C2 fleet and everybody else. You've got to get your boom past 90. There goes Celeste, just did it. When the boom won't stay out, you've got to get it past 90 a little so that it stays out. You can't have it coming in and going out and coming in. Every time you push it out, it's going to slow you down initially because you're backwinding it. Good. Okay. Super fun. Celeste, come on, look at your sail. She's going. First place in the C3 in the 3rd race. Here's Clara in 2nd. Here's the other Clara. Yay. First travel regatta. Yeah, he probably should go through there. She almost hit it, but didn't. Now, for the C3s and C2s, they come around that green one, and then some people are getting messed up because they're heading up so fast and pinching right after this mark. You got to come around and hit the wind on port tack perfectly around this mark. Full speed, like Clara would be. I know they're young, but they would be ramping their speed up right now. And then trimming, and just like that guy did, he just hits the wind perfectly. She hit the wind pretty, yeah, she hit it better than him. He got too high. Yeah, she might just blow through him right there. Clara Hannum did a good job. She is sitting too far back. And when you drag your stern, #1 rule of Sabots is that's the best way to slow a Sabot down is drag the stern. Look at Clara, ficking her rudder, her main sheet on her tiller. Oh, darn. That's okay. Here's the senior Sabots. They had an event up here, the Three Bridges race, where they sand around, I think, Balboa Island or something. But anyway, I skipped a race. I think this is like race 5. Looks like the C2, C3s are heading home. Yeah, that's good news. It's about 2:15 or something. Here's the A fleet and maybe their last race. Looks like the line is a little more square this time. You should be going, Julia. I think you could have gone a little earlier and not risked it. Kosei, great start. I don't know anything about points right now. Again, these are really practice regattas. In order to do well at regattas in Newport, you've got to do what's called VMG speed. You have to make sure your speed over the bottom. Kosei, I would have gone a little further. I would have just gone a little further, especially considering the green buoys there. You're gonna lose, you need a lane. You cannot rush that tack. See, now you're just having to pinch maybe. Now I think it's gonna be interesting to see if that guy pinches you off. But you'd rather be a boat length or 2 to windward of him. See, those guys were still coming. Those boats on your hip back here were still coming. You could have gone and tacked right in front of them. But right now you're having to sail the course that this guy's probably gonna pinch too. 93180, he's probably gonna, ooh. This guy, okay. Okay, dude, you rolled them, but that was risky. Look at the big puff coming from the mark. Wow. It's gonna get good, you guys. The B fleet start.
9507,
Now you know the pin's favored. Look at 10309 right now, quick. Hello, look at 10309. Oh wow, the starting line was pretty even actually. I thought he was way ahead at the pin. Sorry, I'm yelling into the... So that was really interesting. He looked really far ahead of me. He looked really far ahead right at the start, and then these boats on starboard were able to just get him. There's Maribel, 9317. Good job. Let him cross. Go about 3 or 4 boat lengths and look for a little puff header. If you see a boat to leeward get a header, then you just roll into your tack. Yeah? So make olive tack and then just be ready to tack away right away. Sorry about that kind of poor video because I was yelling. Initially that kid looked like he was way ahead and then it evened out as we go. So what that means is you just got to look at the water. If there's enough wind, you can start up the line. If the wind goes way left, go ahead and start down the line. But again, since we're trying to get over to this side generally, we're generally starting up to the right of the competition. Look at Maribel, don't heel so much. If you heel too much, the boat gets too much weather helm. And so then you're fighting the rudder against that, and that is slowing you down. That's the difference between an A fleeter and a B fleeter. Is B fleeters sail usually with more weather helm. I'm not saying don't heel at all. If you let go of the tiller and the boat tacks, you are definitely heeling too much. Especially if it tacks fast. C1, look at Alex. We're getting aggressive over here. This is great. What we're trying with some people, if they're struggling, is we want them to learn how to change modes. You go down a little. We got to move those telltales down. Those Ullman salesmen, I got to get somebody to remind me to get those guys to move those down. But you go down till the leeward telltale wiggles. It's called pressed. And then you let the boat go up from there. Oh, she just luffed. See? So as soon as you luff against the current, you're gonna pay for it because you have less wind right now. One of the problems with current is you have less wind. If the current was sweeping you upwind, you'd have more wind right now, and if it's against you, you have less wind. So as soon as you slow your boat down, re-accelerating is harder. Nice job, Will. So again, for when you're struggling, you work on changing modes. You're usually too high a mode. Human nature is to sail too high a mode, and you practice doing check downs. You go down a tiny bit, the leeward telltale wiggles, then you go up from there. It's called a check down. Will Simpson just having a day. Less than 20 seconds to go for the last race of the regatta. I think this is race 5, it's 5 or 6 for today.
General.
Okay, no line sag in that start. I'm gonna go ahead and film from this end this time because I was worried there was line sag in the previous starts. But I don't know. I don't think there probably was. Last race, they had a general recall. That is a long course for us. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. They really lengthened this thing out. Look at this guy's angle. He broke the 1 minute rule, so he's clearing himself, but look at his angle, man. I mean, the pin is favored. 8751 should know. See, 8751 should be looking at the boats to windward and start moving now. Okay, there. Look at this sag, dude. Little bit further left in the last race, so it's really hard to breathe on starboard here. Olympia, yeah, much better start here. Come on. Julia, don't pinch. See that? When you see the sail luff right there? Every time your sail luffs, you lose average speed. And when you lose average speed, you have less wind, and your speed over the bottom is harder to get going again. So you cannot let yourself yank the tiller right to where the boat goes up and parks it. You gotta keep that thing flying like an airplane, man. When they're fighting the current, it's about speed over the bottom of the bay. And as soon as you lose speed, man, you're gonna pay for it. This is interesting. Those guys actually got close to the gunboat this time. The A fleet's really just sailed really well. Nobody's gotten to the right of the gunboat. And because when you get over there on Lido, you're in the lee of Lido and it's just painful. Sometimes early in a current shift, when the tide's still going up that side, you can get away with it, but you gotta play that, and it looks like everybody played it pretty well. There it is. That's why we have more wind now. So it started to, the top's starting to move back out towards us. So I think we have another hour and a half of wind, and as soon as that gets, but that is heat rising. All the moisture from the ground, from the rain, is rising up in the heat, rising up in there, building that cloud, and it's just sucking the wind in. I was surprised the wind was that light in the last race. I still think in Long Beach last week, the cloud was bigger than that, but we got up to like 14, 15 knots. Look at Olive, man, just inches from the line. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes. Uh-oh. Push your boom out again, girl. The current is just holding her there. Oh, gotta tell him to not scull. Look at all the black boat just. And there's Kylie right next to her. Zach right now. Oh, Zach, you gotta go, dude. Oh, Zach just got schooled by your sister. Wow. Good job, you guys. Up the line a little. You know, 103.09 just deserves to win the regatta, I think. That man has just been masterful, that dude. And look, Maribel up the line. Cool. Last race, C1. Wow, this is the C1 fleet.
9433.
Look at Will. Nice. Nice job.